You know, any day is a good day to celebrate Dolly Parton, but today we're going all out to wish Dolly a happy 75th. We're bringing you special stories and personal memories in every one of our shows throughout the day. And right now here at 4 o'clock, Dolly talks a lot about dreams and a lot about her home place. Dollywood is where those two ideas meet, a dream that became a reality and a way to share her Tennessee mountain home with the world.
I have a big dream of building a center or a city or being involved in a place in East Tennessee, my hometown, up in Gatlinburg, which is one of the most wonderful places in the world, called Dollywood, USA.
Dolly told Barbara Walters about her dream in 1982. The area had drawn visitors for decades. A theme park in one form or another had been there since the early 60s. Rebel Railroad, Gold Rush Junction, Silver Dollar City.
You never know when you start a dream how it's going to turn out. Whether it's a hit record or whether it's just a song you write, you never know if it's going to be a hit. But I had wanted to have a park.
It struck terror in our hearts because there's no way that we could have competed with such a significant attraction as she obviously would have built. And so through the contact of her bus driver, I had a chance to really sit down and talk to her and was able to convince her that she should partner with us and the Hershon family because she obviously couldn't be here all the time. She would have to have a good operating partner, and therefore we formed a partnership, and they are the operating partner.
At the time, there were doubts. How would Dolly's star power translate into a successful theme park?
Has it ever crossed my mind this might be a big flop? Is that what you're saying? Or you said a big bust, right? Why would you say a thing like that to me? I know that in my early days, my business people thought I was making a mistake. They advised me against it. They said it's too much of a chance. These things hardly ever do well. It's too much this, too much that.
The development sparked enthusiasm from neighboring businesses and cities, including Knoxville.
And of course, we would take the overflow business, which is a very nice business to have because we really don't have to spend any money to attract that business.
But these people only hope their predictions of a good business year become reality. We found a woman in nearby Sevierville who guarantees it.
I know that it will be a big success. That's what I predict for it to be a very big success, yes.
Maybe she really could see the future. Crowds poured through the gates on opening day. And they kept coming in the days that followed.
Our projection for Monday and Tuesday, we were projecting maybe 4,000 people. It was like 7,000 people. So, like I said, the spark has turned into a fire here.
As the fire grew, the questions about Dolly's drawing power went up in smoke. We checked back in 1987 for an early expansion. Then the park kept growing with more shows and rides to a water park, Splash Country, added in 2001. And Dollywood's draw kept visitors coming into winter months that had once been a slow season.
Dollywood agreed at that time to extend their hours and stay open longer during the year to allow people to have more to do to bring them in for the Winterfest.
Dollywood launched a decade-long expansion in 2014, starting with the Dreammore Resort. Since then, we've seen Great Pumpkin Luminites and Wildwood Grove in 2019. Beyond the fun times, though, another part of Dolly's dream was practical.
One of the things that I'm most excited about in giving back is the fact that this is providing jobs for so many people up here, my family and friends.
Now the dream has come true. Dollywood is Sevier County's largest employer and brings in the neighborhood of $2 billion in economic impact per year. A powerful economic engine helping a country girl power her humble hometown to a future that was once just a dream.
It just makes me feel really proud that in my older years that I can look back and see that a lot of things I've done has helped a lot of people.
Now, COVID-19 has hit the tourism industry, of course, as a lot of you know, and Dollywood had to close for a while. It did find a way to open and kept pulling in visitors through the summer and fall months.